Hey guys, it's Morgan and welcome back to my channel. Now, since it's been a good amount of days since The Life of a Showgirl came out, I thought it would be fun to react to my theory video and see what I got right and what I got wrong. I'm also going to be talking about some of my thoughts about each song. And before I get into it, I just want to say that I know that there's been mixed reactions to this album, and I'm part of the group that loved it. But if you didn't like it, that's okay too. But if you didn't like it and you're being rude about it, well, all I can say is Actually Romantic is dedicated to you. So, with that said, let's watch my theory video. Track 1, The Fate of Ophelia. Now, Ophelia is a character from the play Hamlet, and she's controlled by the men in her life, her father, her brother, and Hamlet, and her fate is that she ends up drowning, but it's unknown if it was an accident or if she did it on purpose. Now, the official cover of The Life of a Showgirl is Taylor in a bathtub, so that could be referencing Ophelia drowning.
She was in the
I
bathtub
wonder
at the end
if
of
the
music
song
video,
could be about
so
how
definitely a
Taylor
reference.
won't have the same fate as Ophelia, since she's been known to stand up against the men who have tried to push her down. It could also be about changing Ophelia's fate so she doesn't die. I mean, in the song Love Story, Romeo and Juliet get married and they live happily ever after and don't die. It's also been confirmed that this song will have a music video, which will be included in Taylor Swift, the official release party of a Showgirl, which will be in movie theaters from October 3rd to October 5th, and I'm seeing it on October 4th, and I'm really excited. I loved the movie. So I was right when I said that this song might be about how Taylor won't have the same fate as Ophelia, since she's literally singing about how Travis saved her from that fate. And I also love that she sings Keep It 100, since on the New Heights podcast, Taylor and Travis told Jason that they keep it 100 all the time, and they also talked about how their numbers, 87 and 13, equal 100. It was also really nice to see all of the dancers from the Eras Tour come back for the music video. And I also loved that Taylor caught a football in the music video, since that was obviously a nod to Travis. Track 2, Elizabeth Taylor. This is not the first time that Taylor has referenced Elizabeth Taylor in a song. The first time was in the song Ready For It, where she sang, "And he can be my jailer, Burton to this Taylor," which references Elizabeth Taylor and her husband, Richard Burton. Elizabeth Taylor was also known for having really bright violet eyes, And
which
the
was
Sweat
mentioned
and
in the
Vanilla
song.
Perfume CD variant comes with a violet eye charm, so that's most likely referencing Elizabeth Taylor. I wonder if this song could be about how Taylor relates to Elizabeth Taylor, since they both are/were very successful women, but they both also had their personal lives focused on by the media. One of Elizabeth Taylor's movies was Cleopatra, and one of the photos that Taylor has released for The Life of a Showgirl looks very similar to Cleopatra. Now, this song does touch on similarities between Taylor and Elizabeth Taylor, so I was right about that. But I'm wondering if when Taylor sings Elizabeth Taylor, do you think it's forever, if she's actually asking Elizabeth Taylor if she thinks that Travis is the one for Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor's violet eyes were also mentioned in the song, since Taylor sings, "I'll cry my eyes violet." I also thought it was funny when Taylor sang, "I'll trade the Cartier for someone to trust," but then she said, "Just kidding." Track 3, Opalite. Now, an opalite is a man-made opalescent glass that gives the appearance of an opal. So even though opalites and opals are two completely different things,
other definitions.
Travis Kelce's birthstone is an opal, so it's possible this song could be about him. But I can't help but wonder if it's possible that it could be about Maddie Healy, just because an opalite gives off the appearance of an opal, but is not an opal. I'm wondering if it could be about how Taylor thought that Maddie was the perfect guy for her, but realized that he wasn't. It could also be about how Maddie was the opalite, but Travis is the opal. Yeah, so I was definitely wrong about this song. It's not about Maddie Healy at all. It's all about Travis. And I know that in my theory video, I said that an opalite was something that gives off the appearance of an opal, but is not an opal. And the reason I said that was because that was one of the definitions I found when I looked up what an opalite was. But there are also other definitions. And what Taylor's been saying when she talks about opalite is that it's man-made opal, and she says that this song is about making your own happiness. I also think it's really sweet since, like I said in my theory video, Travis's birthstone is an opal. Track 4, Father Figure. Now, for anyone who might think this song is about Scott Swift, I don't think it is. Just because Scott Swift is Taylor's father, and a father figure is usually someone who's not your father, but who you see as one, because of the role that they have in your life. Now, the only person that I can think of that Taylor might have seen as a father figure is Scott Borchetta, who had signed Taylor to the label Big Machine Records at the start of her career, and then ended up selling her masters to Scooter Braun, who was someone that Taylor didn't get along with, and Scott Borchetta knew that. So this song could be about how much Taylor trusted Scott Borchetta until he sold her masters. I was right about this song when I said that it could be about Taylor's old manager, Scott Borchetta, since Taylor has said that it's about the relationship between a mentor and a mentee, and that the dynamics of that relationship change at the end of the song. Another thing I realized while listening to this song is that throughout the entire song, Taylor sings the lyric, "I'll protect the family," 6 times. The family is the masters to her original 6 albums. Track 5, Eldest Daughter. Now, if you're a Taylor Swift fan, then you'll know that all of her track 5s are vulnerable songs. So it's safe to say that Eldest Daughter will not be an exception. I wonder if it could be about what life is like for Taylor as the eldest daughter and the kind of responsibilities that she has because of it. Although, to be fair, she's not only the eldest daughter, she's also the only daughter, since she only has a younger brother, Austin Swift. Whatever this song is about, since the track 5, it's safe to say that it'll touch the heart. I feel like I was right when I said that this song could be about what life is like for Taylor as the eldest daughter, but throughout the song it's clear that she's telling someone about her life as an eldest daughter, since she sings the line, "Every youngest child felt they were raised up in the wild, but now you're home." And I know some people might think that she's talking to her brother Austin, and it's possible that she is, but I also think that she could be talking to Travis, just because Travis is the younger sibling. His brother Jason is older than him. And when Taylor says, "but now you're home," she could be saying that now Travis is with her. Track 6, Ruin the Friendship. When I first heard this title, I was thinking that it could be about getting into a romantic relationship with someone who was a friend, but it not working out, and you end up ruining the friendship. Or it could be about how you want to risk the friendship because the feelings that you have for the person are so strong. Now, I know that the theory that has been getting a lot of headlines about this song is that it's about Blake Lively and the fact that Taylor was pulled into Blake's lawsuit that she has against Justin Baldoni. And while I get why people might think that, I don't think it's true. Just because even if Taylor and Blake aren't friends anymore, Taylor is the godmother to Blake and Ryan Reynolds' kids. So I feel like she wouldn't do a song about this situation because she obviously cares about their kids and wouldn't want them to hear it one day. Also, we don't actually know what the status of Taylor and Blake's friendship is. They might not be friends anymore, or they could still be friends and are just being less public about it while the lawsuit is going on. So I was kind of right about this song, since I said that it could be about getting into a romantic relationship with a friend, but it not working out, so you end up ruining the friendship. But it's actually about having feelings for a friend, but deciding not to do anything about it since you don't want to risk ruining the friendship. It's also a really sad song since it seems to be about Taylor's high school friend Jeff Lang, who passed away. I also really love the advice that Taylor is giving in this song, since she's telling us to ruin the friendship, since it's better to tell the person how you feel instead of regretting it and spending the rest of your life wondering what might have happened if you told them how you felt about them. Track 7, Actually Romantic. I wonder if this song could be about when Taylor and Travis started hanging out before they were official, and based on things Travis would do, Taylor realized that he was actually romantic. I mean, we found out in the New Heights podcast that people in Taylor's life who knew Travis were telling her how great he was, and maybe this song is about her realizing that it's true. Oh, past Morgan, sweet, innocent, naive past Morgan. So, raise your hand if you thought that this song was allegedly going to be about Charli XCX. If you're raising your hand, you're lying. No one could have predicted this. And if you're wondering how this song could connect to Charli XCX, when Taylor sings the line, "Wrote me a song saying it makes you sick to see my face," it seems to be referencing Charli XCX's song, "Sympathy is a Knife," when she sings, "Don't want to see her backstage at my boyfriend's show. Fingers crossed behind my back, I hope they break up quick." Charli XCX is married to George Daniels, who is in the band The 1975 with Taylor's ex, Maddie Healy, which explains the line in Actually Romantic, "High-fived my ex and said you're glad he ghosted me." Now, to be honest, even though I don't support fighting, this is actually one of my favorite songs on the album. And Taylor is making a lot of sense, since she's talking about how someone who doesn't like her, but who she has no problem with, seems to be so obsessed with her that it's actually romantic. Track 8, wish list. I think that this song is about Taylor getting the rights to the masters of her original 6 albums. Just because I feel like that would have been something that she would have had on her wish list, and it explains why there's $signs in the title instead of S's, since she would have needed to raise the money to buy the masters. And since Taylor told the story about what it was like getting her masters during the New Heights podcast, I feel like that would be something she would write a song about. It was also really sweet when Taylor talked about the moment that she told Travis that she had gotten her masters, and he at first thought something was wrong because she was crying. Okay, so when I was originally planning out my theory video, I originally thought that wish list was going to be about Travis, and the only reason I changed it to being about Taylor's masters was because I couldn't figure out how the $signs instead of S's would connect to Travis. But it makes sense now, since it's referring to the other people that Taylor is talking about in the song, and how their wishes involve money, and that she doesn't judge them for wanting those things, but she just wants a life with Travis. Track 9, Wood. Now, this is probably the one song that has everyone confused, since it could be about anything. I've seen some people point out how there was a statue of Pinocchio behind Taylor and Travis during the New Heights podcast, so it's possible that could be connected to this song, and it's maybe about how Taylor feels like a puppet sometimes. Nope. I know that some people have said that they think this song might be risque, but I don't know. I do know that the It's Frightening variant of the CDs comes with a wooden heart charm, so that could be connected to this song. So the people who thought that this song might be risque were right. It was also really funny when Taylor was on Jimmy Fallon, and she was saying how the song started off innocent and was just supposed to be about different superstitions, and she doesn't know what happened. And to be fair, that is true, since the beginning of the song touches on things like picking petals off a flower, saying he loves me not, stepping on a crack, a lucky penny, or seeing a black cat, and then it goes to a place that just makes me say, congratulations, Taylor. Track 10, Cancelled. It's interesting that Taylor spelled canceled the British way with 2 L's instead of 1, and I don't know if that could be connected to the song, but the only thing that I can't stop thinking that this could be about is about a certain someone. I have to admit, this was a funny theory to have in all caps, but also and use exclamation points, and has made it pretty clear that they don't like Taylor. I mean, Taylor did mention the number 47 in the New Heights podcast twice, so you never know. Obviously, my theory about this song was not correct, but I really like the song's message, since Taylor is saying that since she was canceled for something that wasn't her fault, she's not going to judge anyone else who's in that situation. Based on this song, I'm going to assume that Taylor is still friends with Blake Lively, especially since Blake actually liked the post that Taylor made on Instagram after the album came out. I have seen online that some people are saying that they can't find Blake's like on the post, and other people are saying that if you're following Blake on Instagram, you can see that she liked the post, but if you're not following Blake, then you won't see that she liked the post. And I'm following Blake on Instagram, so I saw that she liked the post, and I'll put a screenshot of it so you can see it. Even though it seems like Taylor and Blake are still friends, I don't think this song is just about Blake. I think it can be about all the people that Taylor knows who have been canceled for whatever reason. I mean, when it was announced that Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner were going to get a divorce, everyone was saying that it was Sophie's fault, and Taylor stood by Sophie. So to me, this song is Taylor telling her friends, no matter what anyone else says about you, I know the person that you really are, and I'm here for you. Track 11, Honey. Now, this is another song that I'm not completely sure what it could be about. The only thing I can think of is that Honey could be a pet name, so it's possible that it's about Travis. Even though I didn't see the movie Happy Gilmore 2, I know that there's a scene where Bad Bunny puts honey on Travis, so it's possible that could be connected to the song, but probably not. So, even though I wasn't completely sure, I was right when I said that this song could be about honey being a pet name, but it's also about how the same word can mean different things depending on who says it. For example, if someone who doesn't like you calls you sweetheart or honey, they can say it condescending, and that obviously doesn't make you feel great. But when someone who actually loves you says those same words, it makes you feel really appreciated. And this song just makes me even more happy for Taylor, since it seems like she's finally found someone who actually appreciates her. Track 12, The Life of a Showgirl, featuring Sabrina Carpenter. Now, I feel like I speak for a lot of people when I say that I'm really excited to hear this song. I feel like it's probably about what life is like for Taylor and Sabrina when they're not performing, and maybe they talk about how it's not as glamorous as people might think, and maybe they'll also talk about the kind of stuff they have to do to put on a show. Whatever the song's about, I'm excited to hear it. I feel like I was right when I said that this song might be about how life as a showgirl isn't as glamorous as it might seem, since the character Kitty, who Taylor's character is a big fan of, tells Taylor's character not to do what she's doing, and even though Taylor's character hears what Kitty said, she does it anyway. I also thought that Taylor and Sabrina sounded great together, and it's also really sweet that the sound of the crowd cheering at the end of the song was from the last performance of the Eras Tour in Vancouver. Thanks for watching, guys! If you got to the end of the video, let me know in the comments what your favorite songs on The Life of a Showgirl are, and also let me know about a theory you had about a song that turned out to be completely different than what you thought. I feel like my top 3 songs are Father Figure, Actually Romantic, and Cancelled. But wood is growing on me. I did not mean that how it sounded. Anyway, if you want to see any of my future videos, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!